Next we can see some definitions. In a random experiment, each possible outcome is called an event. Okay, when we are choosing when we are tossing a coin, what is the possible outcome? Tail or head. Okay, so this each one is an event. Getting a tail, getting a head, like this way we can mention the event. Okay, so this is an event. Thus, an event will be a subset of the sample space. So, we are writing all possible in the outcomes in the sample space. Only separately we are mentioning the outcome in the event. So, event is the subset of the sample space. For example, when we toss two coins, getting two heads, only this chance we are writing, it is one event. Okay, it is one event, so it is a subset of this total sample space. Head, 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 tail, tail, head, head, tail, tail. When we are tossing two coins, we are getting this all sample space, elements in the sample space. But we are choosing only one, so it is a subset. Okay, performing an experiment once is called a trial. When we are doing this experiment, it is a trial. Okay, it is a trial. For example, when we toss a coin thrice, then each toss of a coin is a trial. Understood? If you are tossing a coin thrice means 3 trials you are doing. That is the meaning. Okay. Next you see, note, if an event consists of only one outcome, then it is called elementary event. Only one outcome, exactly only one outcome means that event is named as elementary event. Okay, elementary event. Now some other types of events are there. Next we can see the type of events. 2 or more events are said to be equally likely if each one of them has an equal chance. Okay, if you are getting equal chance of occurrence, we can say that event is equally likely. For example, see, when you toss a coin, head, tail, okay, it is equal chance, one head, one tail. It is a equally likely event. Understood? So what is the equally likely? It is, we will get the equal chance of the occurrence. So it is a coin, when we are tossing, we will get head or tail. Okay, for the possibility of head is 1 and for the possibility of tail is also 1. So we can say this is an example of equally likely event. Second one, in an experiment, the event which is surely occur is called the certain event. If the outcome is sure, we can say it is a certain. In the certain event, see this, when we are rolling a die, what are the outcomes? Surely we know this 1 to 6, all the numbers are possible. Okay, event of getting the number from 1 to 6. So it is a sure event or certain event. Okay. Next, third one, in an experiment, if an event has no scope to occur, then it is called an impossible event. There is no chance to occur. That is an impossible event. What example is given? If you are tossing 2 coins, for getting 3 heads, will you get? When you are tossing 2 coins, only the chance to get 2 heads. But here they ask the event of getting 3 heads. This event is not possible. So we can say it is an impossible event, like an empty set. Okay? There is no chance to get the 3 heads, so it is an impossible event. Next one, mutually exclusive. Okay, there have some common elements. 2 or more events are said to be mutually exclusive. They don't have common sample points. There have no common sample points. Event of A. Since this event, it is a subset. Already we learned in the definition, event is a subset. Okay. So we can call the name using the capital letter alphabet. In the set we learned, we can name the sets are in capital letters. Same way subset also. Okay, so event is a subset means it is one of the set. So we can call the name using capital letters. So we given the name as A and B, capital A and B. Okay, mutually exclusive means no common sample points. That means no common elements. That means intersection is empty. Okay, we can see the example when we roll a die, the event of getting odd numbers and even numbers. At a time, will you get even and odd? There is no chance. Okay, no other number, only one number anyway. Okay, that is the example for mutually exclusive. That is, no two events occur simultaneously. If you are taking one, there is no chance to take 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Since you roll only one die. One die you roll, okay, a die. So you are getting only one chance, only one occurrence in a time. So no two events occur simultaneously. That is the idea for the mutually exclusive. Okay, intersection is empty. Next one is exhaustive events. The collection of events whose union is whole sample space are called exhaustive events. That means minimum one event must occur in this event. Okay, minimum one occurrence, at least one of the event compulsory occurs. Okay, here is no two events occur simultaneously. Here at least one occur from the sample space. If you are doing a random experiment, you will get one sample space. From the sample space, if you have at least one event, that is the exhaustive event. Okay, now you see the example for the exhaustive event. When we toss a coin twice, the collection of events of getting two heads. It is possible even two heads. Since we are coining a coin twice, 2 times we are tossing the coin, no? So 2 heads possible. Okay, it is one of the exhaustive event or exactly only one head. Only one head. Then no head. Okay, no head, that is also means no, one head means head tail, tail head. No head means both are tail. That's it, that is no head or exhaustive events. Okay, so from the sample space we selected only 3 elements. Understood? 3 elements that events are the exhaustive events. Next one, complement of an event. You know the complementary set, the same idea. Complement of an event A, since event is a set, we given the name A, is the event representing collection of sample points not in A. Sample points means the set of all elements. Okay, not in A. Complement of A is the collection of elements not in A. Okay, it is denoted as A dash, A complement or A bar. You know that all we learn in the set, the same idea. Okay, the event A and its complement A dash are mutually exclusive. That also we know. Since A and A dash have no common element, that two are mutually exclusive. Okay, this word now only you are learning, but you know this idea. They have no common element, so this is mutually exclusive and exhaustive. There have some elements, no? From the sample space, A have some elements and A dash also have some element. So that is exhaustive event. For example, when we roll a die, the event of rolling F5 or 6. If you are choosing only that event of 5 or 6, the remain we can choose for A dash. It is the complement. Okay. So, this like the same, if you are tossing a coin, head is an event means tail is A dash. Okay, like this way we can choose for the complement of the set. Are you all clear? Next one, probability of an event. Here we are going to learn some formula. Okay, in a random experiment, let S be the sample space that we learn already. How to denote the sample space using capital letter S. And E is subset of S. Any event is a subset of the sample space. We denoted the event as capital E. Okay, thus then if E is an event, the probability of occurrence E is denoted as. Probability of the occurrence E we can write as P of E, capital letter P. Okay, you don't write this like a small letter, it is a capital letter P. P of E is equal to number of outcomes favorable to occurrence of E. That means which event we are choosing. If we are taking, considering tossing two coins and taking only head. Only head means how many head you will get? When you are tossing two coins, H, only one chance. So number of outcomes means 1 divided by number of all possible outcomes. You don't think about the event. Totally for this random experiment. The random experiment is tossing two coins. When we are tossing two coins, H, HT, TH, TT, we will get all the 4. Okay, so that you have to write in the denominator. That is the formula, number of outcomes favorable to occurrence of E divided by number of all possible outcomes. In short, we can write as P of E is equal to N of E. That is number of this possible outcomes in this event E divided by N of S. S is the sample space, that is the number of element in the sample space. Okay. Then using the formula we can write some more notes. The probability of sure event. See, if the event is sure that we learn it is a certain event, then the probability is 1. How you get? Sure event means the sample space is same as the number of sample space is same as the number of element in the event. Okay, so all the possible outcomes we are choosing in the event, so that is both are same. So N of S divided by N of S you are getting, it is 1. Then impossible event means there is no chance, so it is an empty set, no? There is no chance, it is not a correct event, so you will get the number of element is 0. There is no scope, no chance to occur, so number of element is 0. Next, so 0 divided by N of S is equal to 0. Next, third one, the probability value always lies from 0 to 1. Okay, since the impossible event is 0 and sure event is 1, more than this we will not get. So, this probability lies from 0 to 1. Okay, minimum 0, maximum 1. You will not get the negative value or more than 1. That is the meaning. Okay, there is no chance of getting negative, but you will not get more than 2 also, more than 1 also. Next, last point, the complement of E is E bar. If you are choosing the complement of E is E bar, we know it is E bar or E complement or E dash. Okay, here we are choosing this only notation E bar. Then we can write P of E plus P of E bar is equal to 1. Okay, so when you are adding both probability of event and complement event. Okay, when you are adding the probability value, you will get this total value 1. Maximum value of the probability is 1 that you will get when you are adding the P of E and the complement of the probability. From this we can write P of E bar. This P of E bar is equal to 1 minus P of E. Same way P of E is equal to 1 minus E bar, P of E bar. These two steps we can use for doing the sums. Okay, this is the idea, but using this we are writing these two steps. This we will use in the sums. Are you all clear about the probability? Very easy topic, but you don't confuse about this. Okay, if you are confusing, you can't do. Please learn it correctly. Okay.